Hi everyone, this is Revelucien here, joining you from beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona, aka Flagstaff, Arizona. And my pronouns are he, she, or they. Anything respectful is fine with me. And I'm so happy to be joining you here with Drag Story Hour. Thank you for joining us. We're going to read some books today, sing some songs. Now, what we are going to be reading today is I'm Not Scared, which is a book by Todd Parr. We're also going to read How I Met My Monster by Amanda Knoll. We're also going to read There's a Spider in This Book. And yes, let me tell you, in this book, there's a spider. Somewhere in this book, and we're going to find it. Yes. Now, the first song that we're going to read today is a song to welcome us into the story hour here at Drag Story Hour. So I invite you all to sing along with me. And the song is called If You're Ready for a Story, and it goes a little something like this. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Yes, thank you. So please sit down, listen to this story that is called I'm Not Scared. Specifically, the I'm Not Scared book. Yes, by Todd Parr. Well, that looks like a pretty brave person up there to me. It says, sometimes I'm scared of the dark. I'm not scared if I have a nightlight. Look at this kind firefly here. So the bear's scared alone, but with the nightlight, everything's all right. Sometimes I'm scared of dogs. I'm not scared when they give me kisses. See, the dog can be scary at first, but look, it's a nice dog. Sometimes I'm scared to ride on an airplane. But I'm not scared when I see the world from above. Sometimes scary things can be rewarding on the other side of them. Now, sometimes I'm scared of monsters and ghosts. But I'm not scared when I see that they aren't real. Right? It's fun to dress up on Halloween or for drag story time. See, I'm dressed up specifically because it's around the Halloween season here. It's an air ambulance uniform. So those people that need saved on helicopters, this is what they would wear, but I added the fringe because that's fun. See, monsters really aren't real. It's not scary. Now, sometimes I'm scared of what's under my bed. So what do they have under their bed there? What do you see? It's like some clothes and some eyeballs. But I'm not scared once I clean everything out and see all my favorite toys. It wasn't a spooky monster eyes, it was roller skates, wasn't it? Now, sometimes I'm scared when my family argues. Hiss, grr. Can you hiss and grr? Hiss, grr. But I'm not scared when we hug and say I'm sorry. So we can all eat together. We love each other at the end of the day. Now sometimes, and all throughout the day, sometimes I'm scared to go shopping for new underwear. But I'm not scared when I wear them on my head. Silly. Sometimes I'll get scared. Sometimes I'm scared I will get lost in the grocery store. It'd be scary to be lost in the grocery store, but I'm not scared when I stay close to mommy. Now, sometimes I'm scared on my first day of school. First day of school can be scary, but I'm not scared when I make new friends. Look at all those new friends in Mrs. Apple's class. Mr. Apple's class, excuse me. That was worth it. Scary first day of school to make all those friends. And sometimes I'm scared of thunder and lightning, but I'm not scared when I build a fort with my best friend. Who's his best friend there? It's the dog, right? It's not scary when you build a fort. Now, sometimes I'm scared when I do something wrong. What did they do? What did they do? Looks like they broke the lamp, huh? But I'm not scared when I help fix it. Does he look mad here that he broke the lamp? No, because they fixed it together and it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes I'm scared I'll make a mistake. Like the spelling bee. Pickle. Can be a hard word, right? You see the spelling here, but P-I-K-E-L. I'm scared I'll make a mistake, but I'm not scared when I know I tried my best. See, got second place. Who got third place over there? His best friend there got third place, the dog, right? It's okay because he tried his best. Sometimes I'm scared I'm not perfect. Tammy, see, she's not quite like all the Tammy dolls on the wall. She's scared she's not perfect like her, but I'm not scared when I meet someone just like me. But not everybody's like Tammy. It's people just like us. Now, sometimes we are scared of things because we don't understand them. When you are afraid, tell someone why, and maybe you won't be scared anymore. The end. Love, Todd. Thank you, Todd Parr, for this lovely book about teaching us that scary things are all around us, but sometimes conquering those fears can be very rewarding when you see what's on the other side. Thank you. Now, we have a beautiful song for us, very in the season, about pumpkins. This is the pumpkin chant, so I invite you all to join along with me. Are you ready for the pumpkin chant? Go ahead and me, 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 me. Warm up, yes. Now, the pumpkin chant goes a little bit something like this. Pumpkin, 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 bread. Pumpkin, 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 head. Pumpkin, 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 pie. Pumpkin, 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 eye. Pumpkin, 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 cake. Pumpkin, 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 shake. Pumpkin, 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 stew. Pumpkin, 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 boo. Boo. Thank you. The pumpkin chant. Yes. If you are carving a pumpkin this year, I'd love to know what it is in the shape of, what you carved into the pumpkin. Now, we've got another one here. This is some ASL, American Sign Language, and this is pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. So a lot of these are actions, but the one pumpkin word we need to know is pumpkin. And it's like this. You gently flick the back of your hand, not just pumpkin, right? So it's pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. How'd you get so big and round? Once you were a seed so small, now you are a great big ball. Pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. How'd you get so big and round? How do those pumpkins get so big and round? You know, pumpkins can get humongous, giant ones, almost as big as an elephant. We even have videos of elephants at the zoo enjoying a pumpkin. I highly recommend them. Now, our next book that we have here is How I Met My Monster by Amanda Knoll. You'll see this is the cover here. And it's illustrated by Howard McWilliam. How I Met My Monster. So playing with some trucks there. Seems like an innocent enough start, but based on the title, I think we might be meeting a monster soon. See, oh, is there a letter? One night, when I reached under the bed for my truck, I found this note instead. Monsters, meet here for final test from the office of Mr. Z. Ha! My parents were obviously trying to trick me into staying in bed. I didn't believe in monsters. Seems like a convincing note, right? But, is the parents being tricky? So I crumpled the paper, grabbed my truck, and zipped over to my garage. So taking the trucks to the garage. I heard some creaking and rumbling, but I wasn't scared. Our house always made noises at night. See, some noises coming from under the bed, but that's just our old house. It makes noises like that, right? But then a voice under the bed scolded, "Stop that stomach rumbling. The child will hear you." Voices? Stomach rumbling? If this was part of my parents' trick, it was pretty cool. They can make all these voices, right? But I peered into the inky blackness and 5 pairs of eyes blinked back. "See? Now he knows we're here," the voice sighed. "One of you has broken monster rule number 1. Maintain the element of surprise." This is no trick, I thought. There are monsters under my bed. Seems pretty convincing to me, if it is a trick from the parents. Well, a long-necked yellow monster slid out, followed by 4 little monsters. "Rule number 2, the yellow one instructed, never block the bed. All of you, scoot over." Hey, I realized, that one must be their teacher. Well, I sat up straight, mesmerized by the monster parade shuffling across my bedroom. Look at all these monsters here. Monsters of all different shapes and sizes shuffling across the bedroom. And look at the teacher at the very end. Little exasperated, looks a little exhausted, right? Well, I don't know what I would say if I saw those monsters walking around across my room either. "Well, that's better," the teacher monster said. "Access to the bed is clear. Now, who knows rule number 3? See, the teacher's asking all of these ones. Now, the purple monster teetered on his tiptoes and gurgled, "Get the child into bed." Now, that's correct, Genghis. And how would you do that? "Well, Mr. Z, I would roar my scariest roar." He looks like he would have a pretty scary roar, right? Well, all right, give it a go, says the teacher. Genghis took a deep breath, opened his mouths. How many mouths does he have there? 1, 2, 3. And he let out a tiny burp. Look, he's laughing at the little burp he let out, right? Not very impressive, the little burp. "A stomach rumbling would have been a better chance of getting me into bed than that funny little noise," I laughed. "The child is right," said Mr. Z, shaking his head. "That was not sufficiently scary, Genghis. I'm sorry, you're not the best monster for this child." He doesn't look very happy about receiving the news he's not the best monster, does he? Well, there was some creaking as Genghis slunk beneath the bed. Before I could investigate where Genghis had gone, Mr. Z asked, "Now who wants to try to get the child into bed?" Well, the orange monster looked at the ceiling and the red monster looked at the floor. Only the green one looked at me. First, he stared at my toes and started drooling, and then he took a step towards me, and I heard that rumbling noise again. I sprang into bed so he couldn't get my feet. Your feet are safe in bed, right? And Mr. Z blinked, very unconventional. Gabe, your stomach gurgles seem to be what this child needs. Apparently that's going to get the child into bed, right? The stomach gurgling, well, it worked. Not going to get the feet. But what I needed was to make sure that this little Gabe monster didn't eat my toes. Obviously. Right, you three. The child is now in bed, said Mr. Z. As every monster knows, the ultimate objective is rule number 4. Who can tell me what that is? The orange monster bounced and squeaked. Keep the child in bed until it falls asleep. Correct, Morgan. And how would you accomplish that? Shadow puppets, she squeaked again. Well, Gabe whistled through his nose and I snickered. But Mr. Z said, interesting idea. Try it. So I think they're gonna try it. Morgan hopped onto my night table and flailed her arms near my lamp. Silly shadows blobbed onto the wall, and a cloud of fluffy fur, orange fur, tickled my nose. What do those shadow puppets look like up there? Achoo! Sneezes from all the orange fur. Morgan, stop at once, Mr. Z ordered. You're supposed to scare him, not make him sneeze. I'm sorry, but you're not a match either. Well, Morgan's arms flopped to her side and she scuttled under my bed. There was some more creaking and Morgan was gone. Doesn't look very happy either to be leaving, not the monster, right? My orange wig might be making me sneeze as well. Now, after all that sneezing, I really needed a tissue. Suddenly, though, a huge shadow of uncut claws loomed across my room. Awesome, I thought, and kind of scary. I froze in place. It's enough to scare me right there. Look at that shadow of claw on the wall. Oh, but it's just a green monster. Powerful performance, Gabe, said Mr. Z. But do either of you see a problem? Ooh, I know, chirped the red monster. The child's out of bed again. Correct, Abigail, Mr. Z continued, and one of you must get him back in. Let's revisit rule number 1. Maintain the element of surprise. All at once, poof, the monsters vanished. Then I heard more rumbling. Were they hiding in my closet, making noises to scare me? No, it was only my stomach grumbling. All this excitement was making me hungry. I tiptoed past the closet door and peeked out the door. So far, so good. No monsters, right? Then I stepped over the squeaky stair and sneaked down to the kitchen. As I reached into the pantry, I heard some chattering behind me. I sure hoped it wasn't that toe-loving Gabe. What do you think's coming from there? Is it Gabe? I yanked open the fridge. Ha! It wasn't Gabe. It was just the red monster shivering on the shelf. Found you, I laughed. It's cold in there. Nice try, Abigail, said Mr. Z, but this isn't working. You're not the right monster for this child. But Mr. Z, she whined, it's not my fault. He's not scared of me. I'm sorry, Abigail. Let's go. Abigail clomped behind Mr. Z, and when I heard the creaking, I knew she was gone. Well, Abigail doesn't look very happy to be leaving either. Not the right monster. I grabbed some crackers and headed upstairs, wondering if Gabe was gone too. I munched all the way down the hall, then went into the bathroom to brush my teeth again. When I opened the door, a minute later, Gabe was definitely not gone. He was right there, and he was huge. Look how big Gabe has gotten. He looks pretty surprised to see that, huh? I would be too. Now I charged into my bedroom and slammed the door, and when I leaped into bed, I knew my toes were safe. Phew! I was surprised to hear breathing under my bed. Ragged breathing. And stomach rumbling. Hey, kid, Gabe growled. Good to see ya. I pulled my covers up tight. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to start the evening with an ominous puddle of drool. I peeked over the edge of the bed. Green ooze spread soundlessly from underneath. Ew. That's enough to freak me out. But then, the bed quivered as Gabe unfurled his spiked tail. Well, this looks quite promising, Mr. Z noted. Gabe loomed over my bed and began sharpening his uncut claws on my bedpost. How'd you get so big, I gasped. Rule number 5, my friend, he explained. People food makes monsters grow. So thanks for the crackers. Got any toes I can munch? Well, I scrunched in my feet so Gabe couldn't get them. This was way better than playing with trucks. No toes tonight, but you can have this, I offered, tossing a stuffed monster off the bed. Well, Gabe dove for it. His soft, comforting snorts filled the room as he snuffled the toy, and I shivered. Kid, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. No other monster can scare me like you. I giggled. Gabe was the monster for me. His snorts and ooze were perfect. I yawned and then shivered again. I was asleep in no time. Seems like a peaceful enough way to go to sleep, right? With a snorting, snuffling monster under your bed with a pile of green ooze. And our lovely monsters here on the last pages. Now, thank you again to Amanda Knoll, who wrote How I Met My Monster, and Howard McWilliam, who illustrated it. Now we have a few more songs here for you, and another book. And this next song is in theme with How I Met My Monster. And it's called The Monsters Stomp Around the House. Now, you might recognize it. It's a theme of a song that is a little familiar to some of us, so it goes a little something like this. Everyone warm up, are you ready? Okay, feel free to join me. And it goes a little something like this. The monsters stomp around the house, hurrah, hurrah. The monsters stomp around the house, hurrah, hurrah. The monsters stomp around the house, their siblings and parents kick them out, so they stomp some more outside. Oh yeah, around the house. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, are you stomping around the house? All right. Now we have a little bit more American Sign Language here, a little ASL for the Itsy Bitsy Spider. So there's some words we're gonna go over here. And if you wanna do spider, put your hands like this. Let me roll up my sleeves here, make it a little easier. Put your hands like this, kind of make a spider, yes. So that's spider. We talk about the rain. It's like rain falling down, right? And the sun, like you're looking up at the sun, right? But don't stare at the sun. It's not good for your eyes, but that's sun, right? Looking at the sun. And we know the Itsy Bitsy Spider, so now that you know those words, spider, rain, sun, let's do the Itsy Bitsy Spider here. The Itsy Bitsy Spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Thank you very much. The Itsy Bitsy Spider, who one day might be a not so Itsy Bitsy Spider, right? Now, speaking of spider, do you remember earlier when I mentioned that there might be a spider in this book? Well, the title tells us that there is a spider in this book. So please join me for There's a Spider in this book. Claire Friedman and Mike Byrne. Does that cat look happy about that purple spider there? I don't think so. See, inside we've got some bottles of eyeballs, it looks like, a witch's hat, a toad or newt, perhaps, an inkwell with a pen. What are we getting into in this book? Also got some brooms and more potions, some skulls, a bottle of yarn, perhaps, and I think there might be, well, as we know in the title, there is a spider in this book. Written by Claire Friedman, illustrated by Mike Byrne, there's a spider in this book. Hello! I should probably warn you. There's a spider in this book. My name is Eric. I have long, hairy legs and big, googly eyes. Where is he in here? Do you see him anywhere on the side of the, maybe in the yarn basket? Well, Granny and Fluffy the cat don't like spiders, so I'm hiding. Can you find me? Pointed him out a little bit there, but let's see if you can find him somewhere else in this book now. Oh my gosh. Stop shouting my name. Right? If we shout for Eric, he's not going to come out. So he said, stop shouting my name. I'm not coming out, and you will probably be really scared of me and just run away. Here is a picture of some cute bunnies for you to look at instead. Yes, just look at the bunnies. There's no spider to see around here. Or is there? I don't care how many times you call out, Eric, Eric. It's no good shaking the book. I'm not coming out. But to show you there are no hard feelings, here is a lovely little present. I wrapped it up myself. You don't like it? You don't like it? How ungrateful. Talk about ungrateful. Look, he wrapped up a present to Fluffy, a fly. Now, a fly, a wonderful present for a spider, right? It's not such a great present for a cat. Perhaps if people got to know the real me, they wouldn't be so scared of spiders. My favorite hobby is embroidery. Some beautiful embroidery there, isn't it? Quite the fancy web there. Still looks a little shy in the background, though, if you'll see, to show it off. I can run really fast, too, especially when Fluffy is trying to eat me. Well, Fluffy looks rather vicious there, and if Fluffy was trying to eat me as well, I might be inspired to run really fast, too. It's not easy being me. You know, people scream at me all the time, which doesn't do my confidence any good. Ugh. Look at that, chasing the spider. And they always run away from me. I have to be very careful to avoid being squished by big, clumsy feet. This looks like a lot of chaos even for a person, right? But imagine being a little spider in all of this. Can you see where the spider is in all of this? Think of it from my point of view. People poke me with long, pointy sticks. Was that a wand by chance? They trap me in jam jars, then throw me out of high windows. What does that look like? So jars out of spell potion bottle. A jam jar. I don't think people label jam jars with skull and crossbones. Worst of all is that noisy sucking machine. Right, hiding from the vacuum. It's not fair. Pick on someone your own size. My nerves are in shreds. That's a scary scene right there, huh? Anti-spider spray. Right on for spider. I've tried to get people to like me. One Christmas, to look less frightening, I disguised myself as a decoration on Granny's tree. Big mistake. Well, you'll see atop the tree, a disguised friend here, the spider. That was a big mistake because anyone who's had a cat on Christmas knows that cat's gonna climb the tree and knock it over. And what's gonna happen to poor spider up there? If people weren't so scared of me, I'd make an excellent pet. I could catch any flies buzzing round their home. I wouldn't need feeding and they'd never need to brush me. So catch all the flies there. Make him spider food and he'll brush himself. Don't need to brush a pet spider, just take care of himself. Let's see, we've got the breakfast fly, the snack fly, the lunch fly, and the dinner fly. Rounded meals, 3 a day. I really like playing games too. I'm great at hide and seek. Can you find the spider up in here? Oh, right there, hiding from the cat. Cat doesn't know. In the fish tank, behind it. Oh, right behind the drain here. And where is the spider over here? Right behind the bust right there. Hiding, yes. Fluffy is never smart enough to catch me. Pretty good hiding places, right? Crash! Maybe not so right. See what I mean? Where is the spider in all this mess? Maybe right here I see some evidence. Unfortunately, Fluffy doesn't enjoy our games as much as me, and he hates being told off. It makes him really mad. Good job, I have an emergency escape line. Quick, turn the page! So we gotta get him out of here, turn the page to get the spider out from Fluffy. Hurry, 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 and... That was close. Inside this book is a brilliant place to hide. I bet you still can't find me. Oh, what's behind the door? Close the door, keep him safe. There we go. It looks like he's having a good time in there. He's got the mouse toy. He said, "You're not gonna get me, cat. I'm not gonna get your toy either." And you'll see in the back here, hiding again, because this book is a great place to hide. And don't forget that there's a spider in this book. Yeah, so thank you, Claire Friedman and Mike Byrne. Now we have one more song here on this story hour for you, and this is our goodbye song. It might sound familiar from our hello song, so please, I implore you one more time for today, please join us here in our goodbye song. It goes like this. We wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this, we clap our hands for all our friends, we wave goodbye like this. One more time, we wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Thank you all again so much for joining us with this lovely, spooky themed drag story hour. My name is Revelucien. It's been my pleasure to read books and sing some songs with you today. So thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. Thank you for supporting Drag Story Hour and Drag Story Hour Arizona. And of course, Flagstaff, Arizona, our little corner here. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful, spooky day, and we'll see you next time here at Drag Story Hour, or as it's known today, Drag Spooky Hour. So thank you all very much. Have a great day. Goodbye.